Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video that is not the usual protocol. We are doing fragrances that are major turn-offs. I think it's kind of fun to do videos every once in a while talking about things that you dislike. Contrary to popular belief, like I don't love every fragrance on earth. There are actually many that I don't like. I just usually speak about things that I enjoy to try to share new fragrances with you guys, but I thought it'd be fun to do a video that is warning you guys against certain fragrances that you might be wearing that are major turnoffs for women. Literally some of the worst fragrances ever. In my opinion, that's something I need to put out very quickly as well, is it's just my personal opinion and some other women that I've talked to. Obviously, everyone has a different nose. It's totally subjective. There may be some women out there. Let me know if you find those women, please, that go absolutely nuts over these fragrances, but I don't think it's really humanly possible. I don't understand why people really like any of these fragrances, but once again, it's just my personal opinion. But if you want to avoid turning off women, do not wear these fragrances. I mean, wear whatever you want if it makes you happy, but just know that the women around you are going to be walking in the opposite direction. Whatever you have to tell yourself to try to justify that these are good fragrances, just stop wearing them, please. And I'm sure I can speak for all the women on the planet. Like, we will thank you if you just avoid these fragrances. So starting with the first one, we have Viking by Creed. I know, I was actually very surprised to find out that this one actually only came out in 2017 because it smells like a much older fragrance. I'm really going to avoid spraying these in this video because I don't want my room to smell like a dental office. This is an extremely old school, musty, dusty type of scent. It's one of those like old school style fougere scents that should have stayed in the 1980s. And if you guys didn't know, this fragrance actually uses the same molecule that they use in certain dental fillings, and that's why a lot of people think that this smells like dental floss, and I can totally agree. This is the perfect office scent if you're a dentist, but other than that, this fragrance is absolutely horrible. It smells like a dental office meets retirement home. It's just really off-putting, and there's nothing really that appealing about it. I don't care how cool it is, I don't like it. So if you want to smell like dental floss, Creed Viking is the perfect one for you. Just get Original Santal anyway. That has also a kind of classic old school masculine scent, but it's so much better, so much sexier, and women actually go crazy over Original Santal. Heck, even get Aventus. But for the love of God, please leave Viking on the shelf. So next we have Tom Ford Noir, the perfume that started it all. This is a very strong civet pissy bomb, and if you wear civet fragrances in 2023, you are canceled. I don't care how cool it was back in the day, how like it drove all the women nuts. Like, we are a different breed. This generation, we cannot handle this type of stuff. It is not attractive anymore. I don't really think it ever was. I think that back then the women didn't have a choice, or it's just maybe back then the men didn't shower as much, so it just kind of smelled like a man anyway. It's just really one that I can't get behind. It's too pissy. It's too pissy. I don't want to smell piss in the air. It's just not good, and they have much better flankers out. Get the Extreme, that's my favorite, or even the Extreme Parfum is amazing as well. Just please, for the love of God, not Tom Ford Noir, please. So the next one I haven't ever spoken about on my channel before because I don't like it. I got this bottle as a gift for a fragrance launch a couple months ago, and this is just proof that just because I receive a bottle does not mean it's going to get a good review. I have to genuinely like it to say something good about it, and the fact is that that is why I have avoided speaking about this one, because I do not like it at all. This is Ganymede Extrait by Marc-Antoine Barreau. This smells something like a zesty celery. I will say though that in this one, there isn't anything typically animalic, so to say. Like in the eau de parfum, there is something that is a little animalic, and I don't really like Ganymede either. I think I like this one a little bit more than Ganymede, I will say that, but I'm not really a fan. That house at Marc-Antoine Barreau is very artistic. If that's the best word to describe it, like very artisanal, very, not indie, but you know, it's very out there perfumery, and it's just a little odd. And even though I like this one better than the eau de parfum, it's still not one that I would ever want to encounter out in the world. And it's definitely not something that I would ever want to smell on anyone under the age of like 50. Not blind buy safe at all. The whole house is entirely polarizing. People either really love it or they really, really dislike it. Honestly, if I had to pick one favorite from the house, it's probably I think it's B863 Extrait. That one I actually didn't hate. It's so polarizing. People will either think that you smell super amazing and very cool, or they're going to think that you smell like celery. It's a gamble you have to be willing to take, and for me, it's just a no. Please avoid this one as well. Ganymede Extrait by Marc-Antoine Barrault. Getting into Amouage, so I don't have full bottles of I think anything else on this list. Well, maybe one. Why would I have full bottles of things that I hate? We're gonna be talking about Interlude Man by Amouage. I like how one of the cons, I was reading the reviews of this online, and I like how one of the cons that was listed was it's very hard to wash off of clothes. Like, there have been so many people that have disliked this so much that they try to instantly wash their clothes and it just won't come off. This stuff is powerful. I am honestly scared to spray this. I'm not going to spray this. I do not want to risk my room smelling like this for any length of time. It's very ashy, very peppery. There's like an oregano note too, but for me, it's very entirely overwhelming with this ashy, peppery vibe. The oregano in this doesn't actually turn me off that much. It's just that ashy pepper. It's too much. It's like, it's literally punching, like sucker punching you in the face. You're not expecting it. It's just boom, it's in your face, and it's just not, you don't want it in your face. It just makes you like want to step back, you know, like you're just like, whoa, it's too much, and it's not going to impress women in a good way. It's literally going to have women going the opposite direction. Like, you are going to scare women if you wear Interlude Man. Women are going to be scared of you. This fragrance is a walking red flag. If you wear Interlude Man, I'm sorry, it's a walking red flag. Oh, so next one is another one from the house of Amouage. This one, you guys, woo, this is probably the biggest turnoff for everyone, not just women. I think that everyone on the planet will be turned off by this one. Ooh, this might be one of the like most offensive perfumes I've ever come across. Opus 13 Silver Oud. This is like a salad of punchy notes. It's like they took everything that was left over from making those 1980s, 1970s like pissy powerhouses, and they put it in this. This is a castoreum bomb with a capital B. It's just rank. It's like a bonfire, like a very smoky bonfire with a lot of castoreum. What is the reason? Why? Why does this exist? Like, what is the reason that this fragrance needs to exist? Why? Like, what is the point? What do people think they're gonna wear it for? Like, where would you even wear something like this? If you like this fragrance, please do me a favor and leave a comment below so I can block you. Just kidding, maybe. So next we have a fragrance from a house that I have yet to find one fragrance that I actually like to any extent. I have not found one fragrance that I like from this house. We're talking about Musk Ravenger from Frederic Malle. This is a solid no from me. It's like a hot and cold type of scent. There is something that's kind of like chocolatey, somewhat inviting, but then it's like you get close to it and there's so much in this. I don't know how it's possible, but I think it got in my mouth. There's something in it then that just immediately pushes you away, and you're just like, it's like hot and cold. You're coming in and out and you don't know what to think about it. It's like emotional abuse. It's like an abusive boyfriend. On paper, the notes sound amazing. Lavender, tangerine, cinnamon, clove, musk, vanilla, tonka bean, amber, sandalwood, guaiac wood, and cedar. But the reality is it's just this really bad, muddled, dusty creation, and I don't hate it. Like, I don't just like despise it, but it's a no. It's not good. Major turn off. So next we have a fragrance from Xerjoff. This is Groove Escape. And I reviewed this when it first came out, like over a year ago, I think. And I did like it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. I thought it was very artistic and unique. It is a very unique perfume. But now I've come to my senses and I realize that it smells really bad. It smells like you're at like an EDM festival. They got the fog machine, which is what they were going for, but then it's like you mix that with the grandpa at the same time. It kind of reminds me of like, Like the imagery that pops into my head when I smell this is like, you see like an old grandpa, right? He's like sitting in his nice like lazy boy chair, and he's got like those like mints that have been in his pant pocket for like a month, and he just never took them out of his pants. Like that is what this smells like to me. I will say that it is definitely the most appealing on the list. There's nothing really necessarily in this that is like, ew, whoa, like huge instant turn off. This is just more of like a, it's definitely for a connoisseur's nose, and I don't think it's going to attract any women at all. I don't hate it, but it's not great. And so we're gonna finish up with a banger here. You guys, if you are not new to my channel, if you've been around, you already know what it's going to be. Can you make a guess? Versace blue jeans. Yes, the hyped, beloved cheapie that is just absolutely horrendous. My arch nemesis, if you will, in the fragrance world. Artificial lemony mess. Really my first hate in fragcom, if I think about it. Like the first fragrance that I smelled that I was like, oh, this is horrendous. It smells like a straight up bathroom cleaner mixed with a urinal. It just smells insanely cheap, and it is. It is very cheap, and it smells very cheap. There are literally hundreds of options out there of cheaper fragrances that are a million times better than this in the same price range. So please do all the women a favor and just avoid it, please, please. Even Nautica Voyage is so much better. It's literally a negative 100 out of 10. I don't care how cheap it is. There's always something better out there. Do not recommend. So guys, that is my list of fragrances that are instant turn-offs for women. Just my personal opinion, and some women that I've talked to that have tried these fragrances as well. I've even battled things like blue jeans on the street, and it did not win. Nautica Voyage won. So this is a list of fragrances that I absolutely despise, I want nothing to do with, and I do not recommend anyone to wear because it is just, it's not good for overall humanity. So please do us all a favor, avoid them. There are a million other better options. I have like hundreds of videos that you can watch to find something better that will fit your style and will actually accomplish what you're looking for when you wear it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below, especially if you're a lady, what is a fragrance that absolutely turns you off? I would love to know. Or men, if you have any fragrance stories of any perfumes that women have been turned off by, I would love to hear it down below in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.